Hi SWAEers, it's your buddy pal Karnak, Star Wars Armada Explained. We're going to be looking at the Rebel multi-ship title, the Mon Calamari Exodus Fleet title. So this title, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner of the card, you'll see it's got the Star Wars language there. Essentially, from what I've been told, it says MC for Mon Calamari, or who knows? That's I have no idea. Star Wars stuff is hard. But this title is faction specific for the Rebel Alliance only, which you can see there by its symbol next to its point cost, which is 5 points. Mon Calamari Exodus Fleet is not unique. It means you can bring as many of these titles as you have on ships that are able to equip them, which is, as you read there in the next part, MC only. What does that mean? Well, currently in the game, there are only 4 MC class ships. You have the MC-75, you have the MC-80 Home 1 variant, the MC-80 Liberty variant, and the MC-30. Those are the only 4 ships currently that can equip this title. Obviously, future expansions, there could be more. As long as they have the prerequisite MC-30 in front of their name, this card qualifies them. Let's read through. Repair command. That symbol there, the first thing starts off as it's showing that you need a repair command in order to toggle the rest of this card ability. How do you toggle a repair command? You need to either spend a repair dial, or engineering repair, same terminology, an engineering dial, an engineering token, or an engineering dial and token spent together. One of those 3 ways. So, repair command, you may choose and exhaust another copy of this card on a friendly ship at distance 1 to 4. If you do, you gain 2 additional engineering points. So comparisons can be drawn from this card to also the 7th Fleet Star Destroyer titles, except I would definitely say that this card is a lot more flexible, and I would definitely say there's a lot more benefit to it. Compared to 7th Fleet. I won't get into specifics why that is, just because that's a whole tangent all on its own. This is just, it's great because if you're already doing repairing, you're getting more engineering points to do more things with. Let's take an example. Let's look at the all the MC, the large ship variants, they all get engineering values of 4, while the MC-30 gets an engineering value of 3. So they already all start off with very high engineering values, which allows them to even take more effect of this title. So for this title, again, you need to have multiple titles of this card equipped. So for example, if you only brought 1 ship with this title, well, that doesn't work because you need another ship with this title that you can trigger to have, such as, for example, if this MC-80 Liberty had a MC-30 nearby, he could tap the title on that card that is equipped to this ship as well. Now remember, there is a requirement to this, is that not only do you need to make sure you're resolving repairs, you need to be at a certain distance. And again, when checking for that distance, you're checking to see if you're at distance 1 to 4. So black is 1, red is 2, 3, 4, and this yellow band is 5, which if this ship, for example, is here at 5, not in range. You need to be at distance 4. So something like this, that's just barely touching at distance 4 there. Now remember, when you're making these range checks, you're measuring from the physical plastic base of the ship itself, that white plastic. You're ranging from white plastic base to white plastic base. You are not measuring from the shield dials or shield frames. Those are not counted or included. And you do not measure from cardboard to cardboard. You only do that for attacks. For upgrade cards, again, physical plastic base to physical plastic base. And for specifically this card, 1 to 4. So as long as you can just barely touch from base to base with your ruler, you're golden. It's considered in. All right. So again, to trigger this effect, we're going to say that it's the Liberty's turn to activate. So he does reveal a repair dial or engineering dial. He then can look, am I at distance 1 to 4 of another ship? Yes, this MC-30 there has that title. I'm going to exhaust his card and I'm going to resolve not only this dial, which is the 4 engineering points, but also tap this title. It adds 2 more engineering points for a total of 6. Now that's if you resolve dial. If you have a dial and token on that MC80 Liberty variant, for example, so you say, you know what, I'm going to spend the dial and the repair token, which the token has half the engineering value of the ship. So again, that's the 4 of the dial, 2 with the token. If you exhaust that card on another ship, that's 2 more. That's 8. That is 8 engineering points, which is a lot. That's a ton of engineering points for a ship to be able to get. Or again, vice versa, if you wanted your small ship to tap the title off your big ship so he can resolve it. Because the great thing about these titles is that even if they're exhausted on the ship it's equipped to, they can still look around. As long as somebody else has an unexhausted title, they can exhaust it and they still can get that benefit. So both, even if you only bring 2 ships with this title, they both can benefit from each other. It's not nearly as limited as potentially some other task force titles can be. What are some other unique things about the Mon Calamari task force fleet? I did want to point out is that there is a critical card in here that does reduce your engineering points. Which card is that? It's in here somewhere. I just guessed. Here we go. Power failure. Your engineering value is reduced to half its value rounded down. Does this affect Mon Calamari Exodus fleet? No. Because the your there, the your engineering value, means specifically the ship itself. So when the your engineering value is reduced to half its value rounded down, so the 4 from the dial is reduced to 2, and then the 1 from the 2 from the token is reduced to 1. So you only get the 3 engineering value from dial and token, but then you can tap the card of Mon Calamari, and you gain 2 additional engineering points. So you gain those after you resolve, because again, you have to resolve the repair command first. You have to say that you're doing it, and then you add the 2 points on top of your reduced value from that crit, okay? Want to make sure I was pointing that out. Let's talk about some other interactions you can get with this card. Let's talk about projection experts. So this takes up a support team slot. So even if, for example, you only are spending a token, like for example on this Liberty, and you're only getting, the 2 engineering points, you can tap the Mon Calamari title, and you can still then projection expert out, those 2 shields, and then gain a shield back still on your ship. That makes projection experting kind of interesting with that. Another thing is that instead of maybe bringing projection experts, maybe you bring engineering team, which is you gain 1 additional engineering point. So, you could get 9 engineering value. Now, if you also bring a Nebulon B with the Redemption title, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone bring Redemption because it's super expensive at 8 points. But while a friendly ship at distance 1 to 5 reveals a repair command, it gains 1 additional engineering point. So you could get 10 engineering points, which is the most I believe you can get in Armada, period. And I just can't even imagine what you would do with 10 engineering points. I mean, all the things, obviously. But should you build fleets around this concept? I mean, in Armada, damage is always going to win out over tanking to a certain degree, depending on what's happening, especially if you're focus firing on a ship. But if it's just a one-on-one slugging match, repair is always going to be more beneficial than something like concentrate fire. But that is Mon Calamari Exodus fleet. I want to make sure I was pointing out some of those examples, again showing some of the ships it can be equipped to. Again, this title is good for trying to, it's largely the benefit of what this title comes from is spending the repair tokens and then triggering the title. Instead of just getting the 2, you're getting the 4 points, which is as if you had spent a dial. So it's great because if you have the little CommsNet flotillas, they can come over the repair tokens, and then your big ships can just focus on doing whatever their dials need to do rather than waste time doing the repair engineering dial or tokens, or maybe they need that extra dial, that extra oomph for survivability. But again, you're paying a lot to get these cards, because the large ships themselves are all over or near 100 points. The MC30s are in the 60-point range, so they're not cheap, but you can get some benefit if you have a plan. I don't think that I missed anything. I don't think there's any other crazy or strange or weird interactions that can happen with these. Of course, if you think that I missed anything or have any questions about something, please be sure to point it out or leave a comment. Let me know about it. I appreciate you guys watching, and hey, I'll catch you all next time.